Hello everyone and welcome to another video. It's your girl, Scarlet, and I'm here today to play Xavier's Starfall Sanctuary, which is part of the series witnessed by Deepspace, I believe. I'll be very honest with you, I've actually already watched this card. Long story short, I had a day of recording. I think I've recorded about 3 videos separately, but unfortunately, I was a dum-dum. I did not put my microphone in any of my recording tracks. Henceforth, I created 3 videos of just the game and my face going with no sound. I was actually very upset. I had to take a break. It's just one of those days, man. I will be reading this story. It won't be new. However, I do want to make a recording of this video. So yeah, just trying to be absolutely transparent with you. Now, if that is not your cup of tea, feel free to just click away. I'm sorry, I can't give you a first look reaction. However, if you're still interested, I do hope you enjoyed the video. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Okay, so synopsis time. Violent fluctuations in the deep space tunnel have caused frequent spatial anomalies. Hunters are being sent out to investigate, and with work keeping us both so busy, Xavier and I barely get to see each other. Okay, alright. Let's make sure audio's fine. Okay, everything's working. I hope. Okay. In the heart of an industrial park that's been long abandoned, sunlight dances across the surface of a crystal blue lake. Shimmering ripples spread out on the water. I walk along the lakeshore while keeping an eye on the real-time energy readings from my watch. The energy levels in this spatial anomaly are stable. It should be safe for the most part.
そっちはどうだ? 順調か?
Everything's going well. It looks normal so far. If this wasn't an industrial park, I'd almost mistake it for a nice day trip spot.
こっちもなかなか悪くない。学校の教室みたいな雰囲気だ。
I was thinking when I first watched this was like, oh, is this the classroom from his anecdotes? If that is, that'd be very sad that he's there by himself. The association has investigated spatial anomalies with all sorts of environments and structures before, but this is the first time I heard of one becoming a classroom, which is why I really think that it might be the classroom from Xavier's anecdotes. I do think these anomalies are reacting to the love interest for whatever reason. Who knows when we'll have time to go on an actual trip.
近くにあんまり知られてなくて景色のいい場所があるんだ。真空トンネルの波動が収まったら一緒に行こう。
Let's go.
そうだ。ここでちょっと面白いものを見つけ。
Again, is it because of the protofield interference? I find it interesting how Xavier is asking her out on a date while they're in their missions. Been so busy lately that we haven't seen each other for a few days. Now we can't even finish a phone call. My emotions waver in sync with the signal strength of my phone. I hope these fluctuations disappear soon. I finally finished writing my investigation report. I wonder if Xavier is back.
新規任務受信。新たな異常空間が検知されたため、座標を同期しました。直ちに現場へ向かってください。
I always wonder, like, do they just send these signals out to every single hunter? Or is it, like, specified? Maybe a class level of hunters. I don't know. Seeing as she was the only one there. Alpha Team's large office is empty. Everyone has been dispatched to investigate different spatial anomalies. With renewed determination, I accept the mission and head to the Memoria bridge. I think that's how it's pronounced.
最も危険な異常空間かもしれないわ。
把握済みのデータは?
I wonder what they're talking about. Xavier. In the hallway, Captain Jenna gives me a nod before quickly stepping into the elevator. Behind her is Xavier. His calm gaze brightens for a moment when we make eye contact. That moment when you see Bae in the workplace. And he just walks away. Yet after that brief exchange, we have no choice but to pass each other by. That's so sad. So it's like they haven't seen each other for a long time, and then the moment they do, they feel, oh my gosh, they're like excited to see each other, but they can't exactly interact because they're both in the middle of something. What I admire is that they're both very professional about it. During these busy days, the 270HM has been by my side, which I believe is her motorcycle. However, it's starting to show signs of wear. I haven't found the time to do maintenance. You've worked hard, 270. I'll give you a proper maintenance check once these fluctuations are gone.
Maintenance するのはそいつだけか?
Huh? A flash of white light suddenly fills my vision. Then the man I brushed shoulders with materializes from it.
人もバイクと同じで、連日働いた後はしっかりメンテナンスした方がいい。
Xavier, since when did you start flashing in and out of the association?
時間を節約しないといけない時だけだ。
Meaning she's special. Oh, he's so fluffy. I always want to squeeze him when he's nearby. Excuse me. Xavier waves his hand in front of me.
どうした?なんかぼーっとしてないか?
Because I'm staring at you, buddy. I lower my gaze and playfully reach out for a high five. We haven't seen each other for several days. Do you miss being on a mission together, partner? As I start to pull my hand back, he gently catches my fingers.
久しぶりだな、パートナー。
It hasn't been that long, right? I try to act nonchalant, but my fingers unconsciously curl around the back of his hand.
一人でいる時は時間がこっそり伸びてるのかもしれない。
Time is unfair. Why does it only know how to last forever? Can it be brief for once? Someone should teach it to be more flexible. I play along. Then he gently pulls me closer with a firm grip.
時間が縮んでくれないなら、人為的に距離を詰めるしかないな。
Okay. I swear, I keep forgetting how lethal this bunny boy is, honestly. I can feel the warmth of his chest. It seeps through his clothes and envelops my
こ
palm.
こ数日働き詰めで、かなり疲れてるんじゃないか?
Not anymore. I shake my head and rest it against his chest. I just need to recharge for a bit.
なら、好きなだけ充電していい。
This whole thing that they have between them, the whole recharge thing is cute. I push down my feelings, pull away, and smile at him. That helped. Now I'm fully charged and ready to tackle several spatial anomalies in a row.
いくつも走り回る?次も充電切れになるまで、モバイルバッテリーに頼らないつもりか?
An emotion subtly flickers across Xavier's face. I smile and raise my hand. I want to pat his fluffy hair. I promise I'll be more energy efficient from now on. MC knows exactly what I want to do every time I see him, and I feel so validated that she's doing it. His fluffy head leans into my palm. At the same time, he places a small circular device in my other hand.
今朝電話が切れた時、これを見つけたって言おうとしてたんだ。
Right. Is it from the classroom? I press the switch-like protrusion that's located in the middle of the device. A holographic representation of an unknown galaxy appears in midair.
授業で使う模型みたいだ。
So it's like a teaching aid. I feel a pang in my chest because of how naturally he shows his familiarity with this gadget. Yeah, I remember saying how this kind of shows in this card how MC is a little anxious because she's being reminded that Xavier is not of this world. The reality that he could leave any moment is becoming more and more, I guess, real. The reality is getting real. What goes through his mind when he encounters these things? I can't help but feel uneasy about how alien and distant his world
家
seems.
に帰ってから渡してもよかったんだが、この状況だと次はいつ会えるかわからないから。
They're so busy. At least we met up here, even if it was just for a moment.
次のほんの少しがそんなに先じゃないといいな。
After eliminating the energy source from another spatial anomaly, I return to the association's building. My watch reveals that it's already past midnight. Damn, MC. Just as I'm about to leave the office, hunger overwhelms me. It refuses to give me the time to go downstairs for food. I open the department's food cabinet to find 2 lonely cups of instant noodles keeping each other company. Oh yes, cup noodles is like the way to go when you're tired and hungry and you have no time and energy. I don't know, like cup noodles is just the best for moments like that. While waiting for the noodles to cook, I recall the time when all those cups of instant noodles were piled up in front of Xavier at the convenience store. This was definitely from the main storyline. Ha, good thing Xavier isn't here. You're that happy if I'm not here? Aww. I turn to see Xavier walking toward me. One of the office's blankets is draped around his shoulders. His gaze still carries a heavy sleepiness. When did you... You sound so sleepy. I thought you went home, so I was glad you wouldn't have to go hungry. No. My heart feels like it's in a hot air balloon that's floating high in the air. Have you eaten? He shakes his head. Did he leave them for me? I place an unopened cup of instant noodles in his hands. 1 cup each. Will it give you enough energy though? I wouldn't be surprised if it barely counts as a snack. They're such foodies. They both eat so much, not just Xavier. Moonlight cascades into the balcony. Meanwhile, neon lights sparkle as far as the eye can see. As we eat instant noodles, it's like we finally have a moment of peace that only belongs to this hectic work schedule. I thought I had gotten used to being a hunter, but I guess I still need to catch my breath sometimes. Of course, I just realized that even when you love your job, you need some time away from it every now and then. True, very true. Xavier gazes at me thoughtfully. The moonlight casts a soft glow across his hair and features. I ponder for a moment before taking out the circular device he gave me. I press the button and an unfamiliar galaxy materializes in the night sky. It almost looks real. I don't know if there's a place with no wanderers, since that would mean Deepspace hunters aren't needed. Xavier's gaze passes through the hologram to rest on my face. I know for sure he's thinking of Uluru. I'd like to rest there for a while. A moment would be enough. I turn to look at Xavier. The hologram's light shimmers across his serene expression. What about you, Xavier? Do you ever feel like leaving everything behind when you're exhausted? When you think about it, yes, Xavier did leave everything behind. But he had every intention of going back. It's just now he feels like he doesn't have to. I mean, things changed. His plan changed. Of course he's exhausted. This entire journey that he's gone through is so lonely, and it's sad thinking about it. Then he meant that. Not even once? Then what about after you met me? So that just goes to show his determination to keep things how they are now. But that does leave a lot of questions about Queen MC. I wonder if that's what they're going to tackle for his new myth. I'm not sure, but it'd be nice to see. I'd like to know what happened to her. After running around all day, exhaustion washes over me. I fight to keep my eyes open. I don't want to waste our precious time together. I take Xavier's hand. I can't help but close my eyes as I mumble. Xavier, if I leave everything behind for a bit, will you join me? Let me pretend this is a dream. They're having a moment and they've been they've been disrupted.
悪い。俺のだ。
Yep. I got one too. How long will we have to keep doing this? Always being apart? We're rarely together. Getting back on my motorcycle, I make an effort to sound more upbeat. Well, let's look on the bright side. Even if we can't go to a place without wanderers, the deep space tunnel fluctuations will disappear eventually. There are so many things I want to do. I have to check out that new restaurant, watch recently released movies, see those new attractions at the amusement park. Xavier places the helmet on my head and carefully fastens the strap.
少しの間離れるだけならそんなに難しくない。
Confused, I look up at him, but he pulls down my visor.
気をつけて行ってこい。
I think it's because all we've been doing in the stories is just, you know, like the romance stuff. Sometimes I forget how capable MC is. MC is a bad. Most spatial anomalies are harmless. However, we occasionally encounter ones with hidden dangers. I didn't expect a powerful wanderer to be hiding here. It's a good thing I wasn't late. So she took care of it on her own. That's crazy. I thought protocol was that they always had to partner up. So I'm confused. After the battle, I slump against my motorcycle. I'm so exhausted that I want to lie down on the spot. I don't even have the strength to start the engine.
パートナーの𝙪から応援要請が届きました。承諾しますか?
Yeah, so he sent over coordinates. The system only shows the coordinates Xavier sent. There are no details about the situation. Did he run into something serious? I forced myself to focus and head toward the coordinates. The coordinates lead to a tunnel located in the city's outskirts. I can see Xavier in the distance. He's leaning against the entrance with his arms crossed.
早かったな。そっちはうまくいったか?
I eliminated the metaflux source. What about you? Did you find yourself in a pickle?
ああ。パートナーと一緒に調査しないといけないくらいにな。
He reaches for my hand and leads me into the tunnel. Xavier summons an orb of light to illuminate the pitch-black tunnel. He holds my hand as he walks slightly ahead of me. Do you remember when we walked through a tunnel like this in a no-hunt zone? At that time, I never would have thought we'd go from ordinary partners to... To what, MC? Please say it! To what? I just want her to acknowledge the word boyfriend. Xavier turns his head. The floating orb of light illuminates the color of his eyes.
少しも思ってなかったのか?
You already knew since back then?
人は普通、先に願いを抱いて、それからどうやって叶えるか考えるものだからな。
And boy, did this guy have a wish. I take a moment to process the meaning behind his words, but then the light suddenly brightens. I remember this was a really nice backdrop. We reach the end of the tunnel and the sight before me makes my eyes widen. An endless expanse of green stretches as far as the eye can see. Near the horizon, a massive planet looms in the night sky. Shooting stars soar across the sky and brilliant nebula expand in the distance. The universe slowly unfolds before my eyes. Stunned, I looked at Xavier. Countless stars seems to be falling into his eyes. Xavier, you didn't call me here because you ran into a serious problem.
こんな景色をあんたと見れなかったら確かに困る。今分かってる限り、ここは最後の不安定な空間だ。最後の任務はあんたと一緒に来たかった。
He takes my hand as we step into the lush field. Radiant lights reminiscent of fireflies float above a sea of flowers as they move toward us. This is the most beautiful spatial anomaly I've visited. I gently pinch Xavier's cheek.
痛い。
This isn't a dream? He gently pinches my cheek in response.
人のほっぺたをつねったら夢かどうかわかるのか？
Yes. Yes, it is. It is actually the best way to check. By pinching your cheeks. Especially yours. Ouch, that hurts. Okay, I'm pretty sure this isn't a dream. But the energy readings here are very weak. Finding the anomaly's source will take some time.
ここは広い。長く歩くならあの星を目印にして方角を確かめた方がいい。
Out of the corner of my eye, I see Xavier point to the massive planet in the sky. The expression becomes more distant, detached. Xavier, you volunteered to investigate this space. Am I right?
ああ。
We're supposed to destroy the spatial anomaly, yet Xavier stands beneath these stars in a sea of flowers. I'm definitely sure it's Uluru, the way they keep describing it as a planet with a sea of flowers. It's as if he's used to belong to this place.
あんたはここを気に入ったか？
He only asked about here, but it feels like he's asking about something else beyond our reach. Another starry sea. Yes. The energy source can wait. I want to stay here with you for a bit. As if on cue, a shooting star streaks across the sky. This isn't the first time we've watched shooting stars together, huh? Damn, MC. I remember when I first read this, I was like, girl, you just stepped on a mine. You just stumbled across a giant bomb there, damn. Xavier freezes. The light in his eyes briefly dims before he lowers his gaze. The way he just instantly remembers about the time, the first time MC perished in his arms because of a promise he felt that he couldn't fulfill. And it sucks, you know? He was so close. He had the protocore, but he was too late. And that really sucked, you know? Goddamn, like that anecdote made me cry. I felt so bad for Xavier. No. For those of you who are not sure what I'm talking about, I think you should try and read. I believe it's his third anecdote. It's his third one. If I'm wrong, double check. The anecdote should have Xavier wearing like his school uniform on it. Did you already forget? On your birthday, we watched a meteor shower at the plaza with the fountain.
忘れるわけないだろう。
It's kind of sad to MC that's their first, but to Xavier it's something. It's like a sad memory. He looks at me and warmth returns to his
流れ
expression.
星が落ちる場所を見に行ってみるか？
Can we even catch up to them? Before I can hear his answer, he takes my hand.
あんたはもう星を一つ捕まえてるじゃないか。
This part confused me. The sounds were so suspicious. I'm sorry. Yes, they were just running, guys. They were running. That's why. As we move closer, shooting stars fly across the sky one after another. Their descent leads them to the other side of the planet. Our footsteps shift the luminescence in the grass. The sparkling light ripples out with every step we take. Yet in the boundless universe, even the grandest of miracles couldn't compare to this. Us holding hands as we walk side by side. So cute. Following the trail of shooting stars, we arrive at a gentle slope. Suddenly, our watches go off. The energy source must be hidden in the grass.
これが？
Xavier parts the knee-high grass. A hint of surprise appears on his face, and I follow his gaze. A small bluish-purple flower sits in the grass. A remarkable energy radiates from it. It's just a flower. I crouch down and reach out, but I pause when my hand is centimeters away from those petals.
スターチスだ。
He crouches down beside me, and we stare at the flower in silent wonder. Once we remove its energy, our mission will be over.
花はエネルギーの器だ。エネルギーが消えれば、こいつの役目も終わる。
Sometimes I wonder if it was intentional. Like, did Xavier put the energy in the flower to, I don't know, create this spatial anomaly just because he wanted to spend time with MC? I don't know. It would be cool if he did, but this is the last spatial anomaly. Xavier reaches out across the flower and takes my hand.
じゃあ、ここで一緒に何かを残そう。
At that moment, luminescent lights manifest. Like fireflies, they begin to drift toward us. He slightly moves his fingers and the light dances through the air like a flock of birds following the direction he ushers them toward. See, he has some control, but I don't know if it's his evil because it is light, right? But then those bioluminescent specks were from this anomaly, a spatial anomaly. So are they just attracted to his evil because it's light related? Or is this entire area literally made by him using his evil? I don't know.
今、あんたの頭には何が浮かんでる?
Well, I did go on a rant just now, Xavier. I look at the little flower and its image begins to appear in my head. Before my eyes, the luminescent lights suddenly coalesce to form the shape of a flower. They shine brilliantly in the air. I stand up and reach out to touch it. It disperses instantly and transforms back into scattered light. Xavier raises his hand. He gestures the specks in his palm before placing them in my shoulder. The light fall and fade. Somehow they magically transform Xavier's hunter uniform and my own into white floral wear. Do you see why I feel like he has control over the spatial anomaly? Because the way he easily manifests it. So it's reacting to what he wants, right? But why? But why? I have the same question in Silas's cards. I wonder if I read the other cards, will I get the answer? A gentle breeze lifts my flowing skirt in sync with my fluttering heart.
またあんたのイボルを借りてもいいか?
I take his hand and we resonate. No, look at that. I'm telling you, she feels more powerful for some reason. Well, I mean, we know why, but I feel like it's becoming more like you can see it visually. Our resonance makes the luminescent lights gather before us. They create a massive crescent moon that's hovering above each green field. It's a moonboat.
星は月の上で休むものだろう.
He lets out a soft laugh and the moonlight makes his eyes shine even brighter.
さあ、星を乗せて出航しよう。船長さん。
Aww. He takes my hand and together we sit on the crescent moon. My feet leave the ground as the celestial body gradually fills my vision. Below me, the field shrinks until it's no bigger than a green envelope. The moon gracefully sails through the night sky. Nestled on its surface were its passengers. No. Just look at them. So blissfully content. So happy. Where do you think this river of stars will take us? No.
俺たちを乗せて真空の果てまで流れていくのかもな。
Xavier, resonate with me. The sphere will stay here. It'll be a memento for... Oh, crap. Sorry, guys. It's too fast. But I like...
じゃあ、俺もこの旅の記念を残したい。いいか?
Sorry, okay. It'll be a memento of the moon boat's 2 passengers, right? Their memento. How do you want to commemorate it? I was thinking... Oh, damn. The way he's looking at her! She's unlocked something. She's activated a part of him. It's funny how we call him the bunny boy, and bunnies aren't exactly perceived as predators, but then just look at him right now. You are literally his target. Boy is locked in. Oh. Yeah, that kiss looked like he was waiting for it for forever.
俺たちのこの瞬間を見届けてもらいたい。いい船旅でしたね、お嬢様。どうぞ。
Gosh, look at okay, I'm sorry. I took a picture already. But I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again. He looks amazing. The way he princess carries her. Is this not the epitome of romance?
どこへ向かう旅でも、俺はずっとあんたのそばにいる。
They're disappearing.
この花たちは元いた場所に帰らないといけない。
No, MC.
大丈夫だ。俺は離れない。
Gosh, that is such a beautiful scene. I'm so glad they animated this. The way the bioluminescent lights.
この宇宙で俺はある人と決して切り離せない印を刻んだんだ。だから永遠に俺のそばにいてくれないか。
Xavier, from now on, you'll never be alone when you go on your journey.
星たちに見届けてもらおう。この誓いは宇宙と共にあると。
Ah, gosh, that is so sweet. After we neutralized the wavy leaf sea lavender's energy, the last spatial anomaly quickly vanished as well. Now that the deep space tunnel's fluctuations subsided, all hunters involved in dealing with the spatial anomalies were granted special leave. I've been so busy these past few days that I neglected my plant friends on the balcony. I checked on them this morning and they're wilting. Can we still save them? I'll help. Right, and then he doesn't reply. I remember. I was like, I was sitting there waiting. I was like, when's the next reply? I head upstairs to help Xavier perform emergency treatment on his plants and flowers. The gentle morning sunlight bathes everything in its warmth. I stretch while watering the plants and loosening the soil.
疲れたか？少し休憩しようか。
No, I just feel great. When was the last time we got to enjoy a peaceful moment like this? You're up earlier than I expected. I thought you'd sleep in today.
もう少し寝たい気持ちもあったが、急に休みが貴重に感じたんだ。このところ。
Oh, crap, sorry, I pressed that too fast. We exchange a smile before we turn to tending the pot plants. By the time the sun gets warm enough to make us break a light sweat, we finish our work. I turn to look at Xavier, who's focused on watering the plants. His back is facing me, and the sunlight makes his white sweater look soft and fluffy. Ah, okay.
どうしたんだ?
Your back is warm from the sun. It's like... I keep pressing it too fast. I'm sorry.
そろそろひっくり返さないとな。
I remember it's like toast, right? Sorry, I'm having a lazy hand on my keyboard and it just got heavy and it kept fast forwarding. I apologize. On the balcony, he guides me to sit down. A gentle breeze carries the subtle fragrance of flowers, which mixes with his refreshing scent. I can feel my temperature slowly rising, but I'm not sure if it's from the sun or his arm that's pressed against mine. Pressed against me.
こっち側も温まってきた。
Aww, sleepy boy. He's also dressed so comfily, but I don't know. If I had that many layers in this Hong Kong weather, I'd die. I feel his weight shift slightly. When I turn, I see Xavier's head is tilted toward me. He's sort of leaning in. Xavier, are you sleepy? If we don't leave soon, we'll miss out on the Cosmic Archaeology Museum's opening hours.
博物館は明日でもいいか？
Are you still tired? He looks up at me and slightly nods.
少しだけ。
Aww. Okay. Give him a little pat pat. Pat 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 pat. I reach out and gently pat his head. We can go to the museum another day. Let's wait until you've gotten enough rest. Just as I'm about to get up, he pulls me back to his side. His grip is gentle yet firm.
こうしてるのが一番の休息になる。
That's it? I thought you wanted me to take you somewhere scenic and beautiful.
簡単か。簡単だからこそ、いつでもどこでも手に入れられるだろう。
They've been missing out on the simple things since they were both so busy. He looks at me, emotions gently ripple in his eyes.
こういう簡単なことが増えるほど、俺はあんたの生活で一番馴染み深い痕跡になれるんだ。
Okay, so it's sort of a good thing I watched this card twice because I'm getting a clear understanding on what this story was trying to express. Now, first, I switched the language to traditional Chinese after watching it for the second time because I did recognize some lines in Japanese didn't really match well with the English lines. And if I remembered, I probably already added that post-edit. I hope I did. Now, looking at the name of the card in Chinese is 𝙤𝙬𝙪𝙗𝙪, and the English name of the card, wait, let me just look at it. Right, Starfall Sanctuary. I understand this story is about Xavier, who is referenced as the star in the title, Starfall, and Sing in Chinese. Now, the words 𝙑𝙬, to be honest, with my limited English vocabulary, I translated it to like a place to park. I was a little thrown off by this word. I was like, what? 𝙑𝙬? I'm like, what? Because we use this word for like 𝙑𝙬 to park your car, you know? So because of how silly it sounded, I tried Googling a better word for it, and what came up was a place to anchor or a place to moor, which is a lot better than a place to park. So yeah, the title makes sense since Xavier has always been portrayed as a lonely space traveler, burdened with choices and driven with the sole mission of, I guess, saving MC. And now he has finally reached his destination, or kinda, sorta. I'm sure his journey is not over yet, but he has reached a place where he could rest with MC. Hence the word sanctuary or 𝙑𝙬, which is a place to anchor or a place to moor. Now, with all the references to his anecdote and standard myths, from the moment he first lost her under shooting stars, and the time he asked her to run away with him to the planet Uluru, a place without wanderers, I feel this card was all about Xavier finally being able to have those simple moments with her in this life, as he mentioned in the ending of this card. And I'll be honest, though, like at first I felt a little disconnected with the sudden wedding dress and tuxedo, but the event chapters actually helped make up for it, because the whole idea started since the event was about a midsummer vow event. And since the spatial anomalies that are more stable have become tourist spots, they are using it to commemorate lovers by allowing ceremonies in these spatial anomalies. Now, I realize all the love interests are taking this opportunity to pledge themselves to MC. And the wedding attire is just part of the theme of the Midsummer Vows event that Lincoln is having. So basically, the 𝙬𝙗𝙪 are making their own private ceremony to profess their love and make their vows to MC. So it's more clear to me now. Now, if you guys are already aware of that, great! But because there was a lot of time in between me reading the beginning of the event and reading the card, I don't know, it just got lost in translation for me a little bit. So I did wonder if anyone was having the same difficulty as me to connect the dots. So I figured I might as well mention it here. And yeah, hope that helps. Now, the fact that these spatial anomalies are random, I'm wondering how crazy coincidental these spatial anomalies perfectly reflect a time in their myths or anecdotes. For example, the classroom spatial anomaly, MC herself mentioned that there has never been a place like that, and yet for some reason, Xavier saw it. And then we also have the supposed last spatial anomaly that heavily resembled Uluru. And I'm just guessing here because of the whole field of flowers and how even the card was describing that place. I can't help but think that these spatial anomalies can sort of be affected by whoever is in that space for some reason. I guess for the less stable ones, but not for the more stable ones that are open for tourist attractions. I don't know. Now, the whole scene of Xavier and MC being drifted off into space, surrounded by celestial bodies or shooting stars, I felt was a really nice touch for Xavier. It kind of felt like a healing moment because it's a place where he's finally with his beloved. And it kind of felt like he was making good on an old promise to watch the shooting stars together, as well as taking MC to that planet covered in a field of flowers, aka Uluru. Because of that, this makes the spatial anomaly that Xavier found the perfect symbolic place to make a vow to be together forever and enjoy the simple moments he wasn't able to enjoy with her in her previous lives. And I guess that's what this card was trying to show. So it felt like a very healing moment for Xavier. So yeah, that's what I'm getting so far from this card. It's not a lot, but I liked how this card had a lot of references to his myth and his anecdotes. And you could even see how much it affected Xavier, because most of the time it's always us being like, oh, it's like this, oh, it's like that. But you actually see the moment when dread was filled in Xavier's eyes when he thought about the first time that they witnessed the shooting stars together. And it just so happened to be in that moment when he first saw MC perish, you know, from his life. And it's sad. And seeing how it affected him currently in this card was a very interesting touch to the story. And I like how this card was almost like, I don't know, a way for Xavier to, I don't want to say forgive himself, but it is a way for him to move forward. He is moving forward, and that is nice to say. But yeah, I did enjoy this card. I will be very honest though, out of all the Xavier cards that I have and have read, this is unfortunately not my favorite card. It was a beautiful card, don't get me wrong. It was very sweet. I am so happy to see them happy together. And the Kindled was just beautiful. It was very nicely animated. The place was so beautiful. The way he held her and then the way they kissed, it was so soft and delicate. I loved it. But I don't know why. The story fell a little short for me personally. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll read it again later on in the future, and then I'll see parts of this card that I've missed. But of course, if there are parts of this card that I've missed that you'd like to share with me, do let me know in the comments down below. And for all the Xavier girlies out there, did you enjoy this card? Let me know in the comments. So yeah, that brings us to the end of this video. I'm sorry it's really late. I had a really hard time. I needed to take a break because I was so heartbroken that those 3 videos I recorded just down the drain, unsalvageable. It really broke my heart, and I just needed to take a break from recording. So I'm sorry if these videos are coming out very late. I'll do my best to have them out to you as soon as possible. But yeah, until the next video, do like and subscribe if you like it, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye bye.